Welcome, listener. You've stumbled upon the Unexpected Podcast. Whether you're meant to be here or not, you might want to prepare yourself for a world of stories you won't hear anywhere else. They are, after all, quite unexpected.
Internet! Some say it's a modern marvel. Believe it or not, there was once a time when there was much hope for this technology. Originally, many humans used the internet to send communications and well wishes to their friends, families, and lovers. But something sinister happened. The internet soon became a cesspool of filth and smut, and for one man, or presence, it became a place for murder. This wasn't their first go-around either. In fact, you may be familiar with this particular nefarious soul, and if not, consider yourself lucky. But your luck's about to change as I send you the technological terror of tomfoolery to tom.com.
File's done.
It was the 90s. No, not those 90s. The late 90s. I'm talking Spice Girls, Furby, Caroline in the City, and the internet. Yes, the internet was all the rage then, and I was right in the thick of it. What a time to be alive, especially when you're the second youngest programmer in your startup internet company like I was. The internet back then was nothing like it is now. You just had to be there, and I was. We were about to take Silicon Valley by storm thanks to the code I was writing. But then, one day, everything changed. No, I'm not talking about the .com bubble bursting. That came later. What I'm talking about is something that changed my life and the lives of quite a few others forever. And it might not have ever happened if I had never sent that instant message. It all started at one of our boring, routine, very average Monday morning meetings.
That's right, we're getting on the on-ramp to the information superhighway. But first, Hillary, I'm going to need you to give your code over to Ty to finish up on. I've got a different project I need your help with.
But it's my code, Mr. Good. I've worked really hard on it, and...
Now, Hillary, we all know that you're an all-star at this coding thing. You always got your game on. But you can go play somewhere else. It's time to let the boys handle this from here.
Excuse me?
He's right, Hillary. You're good at coding everything, but if we're going to launch this product to Silicon Valley and turn ourselves into a Fortune 500 company, we're going to need some big-time players at the table.
I still don't understand why I can't just finish the code I started writing. How do I know one of you won't just change everything or take credit for my work?
Oh, Hillary.
Don't worry, Hillary. As I said earlier, I've still got some crucial work for you now that we're taking you off the project.
Well, okay. What do you need from me, Mr. Good?
I spilled a latte in my Porsche this morning. I'd like you to take it to the dealership to have it cleaned out. Thanks.
Oh, well, we just did...
Great meeting, everyone. Now let's get ready to put technology.com on the map.
I'm pretty sure that's how it went. Either way, me and my hard work were basically cast aside. Also, Ty could take the credit. I felt like Caroline in that episode of Caroline in the City where she returns to her hometown of Peshtigo, Wisconsin, and a park is dedicated to her, but her brother Chris steals the limelight away from her once again. Of course, in my position as the second youngest programmer, there wasn't much I could do, especially in those times. So, I just smiled and accepted my boss's request to take his car to the dealership. Little did I know how much that one trip would change my life.
Well, miss, your Porsche is all cleaned up and ready to hit the Bayshore Freeway again. Real nice car, if I do say so myself.
Oh, it's not mine, it's my boss's. I drive a Dodge Neon.
Who's your boss? Maybe I know him.
His name is Upton Good.
Upton R. Good? The famous Mediacom tycoon?
No, his son, Upton O'Good. His dad gave him all kinds of money to start his new internet business, technology.com.
Oh. Hey, what's your damage? You seem totes annoyed.
Well, it's just that... I'll spare you my sob story. Basically, I just had all my hard work taken from me by a couple of guys at my office in Silicon Valley.
Huh. I see.
What? What is it?
Well, just between us, I sort of know the feeling.
You do?
Yes, I do. This may sound strange, but there's never been many women working here in the service center at this Porsche dealership. Some days I'm the only one here. And most times the guys won't let me work on the cars. They think all I want to do is use the side mirrors to put on my lipstick.
Really? That's totally bogus. You should tell them to talk to the hand.
Right? As if. My dad owned a Porsche. He let me get under the hood all the time growing up. I love looking at cars, getting my hands dirty. But here it's all, Papi, go fill the coffee, or Papi, go plunge the toilet in the men's room, or Papi, which of these underpants should I get my wife for her birthday?
Wow, I completely understand. I basically wrote the entire code for our technology.com webpage, but now I'm not even allowed to help take it to market.
Well then, maybe I'm just the person you need to talk to.
Yeah, hearing your struggles here, not being able to do what you really love, it really resonates with me and my issues.
No, not that. I meant I know how to stick it to your boss and all the other guys in your Silicon Valley office.
Really?
Do you use AOL Instant Messenger?
Of course, everyone I know uses it. It's the wave of the future.
Well, then there's someone I want you to reach out to. His name's Joe Kinround.
You want me to search for the username Jokin' Round? Like JOKIN apostrophe space round?
No, not joking round. Joe Kinround.
Could you write it down for me? I'm really not getting it.
Sure, just let me grab a pen here. There you go.
Oh, I see. I got it, thank you.
No problem. You see, I came across him myself when I accidentally typed in his name. I was actually looking for my friend, Josh Inround.
I see.
But I'm sure glad I did. After talking with Joe, all my problems seemed to, well, just clear themselves up. I've never been happier or more successful at my job. Now I make the guys clean my toilets and pick out my underpants. Just look him up and mention my name. He'll know how to help you.
Well, alright, if you say so, Poppy...
Poppycock.
Oh, like the dealership name, Poppycock Porsche.
No, you're saying it wrong. It's Cock. Like Coke, but with a little mustard on the O.
Oh, I see. Oh, let me just type this username into my AOL Instant Messenger here. I couldn't believe I was doing it. I was about to talk to a stranger on the World Wide Web. I know that seems totally normal in today's times, but you have to remember, this was the 90s. Nobody talked to strangers back then. But there I was, about to reach out to a man named Joe Kinround at the suggestion of someone I'd just met, hoping he might turn things around for me at my job in Silicon Valley. Little did I know just how much he was going to change my life. Says here he's online. guess I'll just send him a message. Hello, Joe. My name is Hillary. I was sent to you by Poppy Cook to talk about a problem I'm having at work. Hope you can help. Send. Oh, wow, that was fast. Let's see what he said. Do you have a webcam you can turn on? I'd like to speak with you face to face if I can. Huh. Well, interesting enough, I do have a webcam. Dad gave me one for my birthday. I just never thought I'd actually use the thing. Let me see. Where did I put it? There it is. Right behind my Encyclopedia Britannica CD-ROMs. I wouldn't usually do this with a stranger, but what the heck. All right, I'll just plug it in my computer here. Hello? Joe? Joe Kinround? Can you see me, Joe Kinround?
There you are, Hillary.
Oh, you frightened me coming out of the shadows like that on your webcam.
Sorry about that. Let me just, turn on a light here. There we go. Much better.
Yikes! Oh, sorry for my reaction. You just, look a little...
Fried? Yeah. Well, working overtime will do that to you. I'm sure you know the pain. Working all those hours at your programming job in Silicon Valley for... What was it again? Technology.com.
How did you...
Let's not talk about me right now. Let's talk about you. I know you're not getting your due at your job. Years and years of studying and acing tests, trying to make your way in a male-dominated sphere, only to have the rug pulled out from under you at the last moment. A moment you should be spending in the limelight, getting all kinds of interviews for popular technology magazines and web pages.
Right, I know all that, but what am I supposed to actually do about it?
Well, I was just about to say, you could kill your boss and that man named Ty who took credit for your work.
Oh, gee, thanks for the suggestion. Yeah, I'll just walk into my boss's office, shoot him in the head, and take technology.com for myself and become a multi-mega billionaire for a Fortune 500 company. Easy peasy. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm logging off.
I'm serious, Hillary. Do you really think I would engage in tomfoolery of any kind?
Well, no, I don't. It's just so absurd. I feel like I'm on that episode of Caroline in the City, where Caroline goes on a date with a novelist whose book she claims to have read but hasn't. How do you really expect me to get away with...
Leave that part up to me, Hillary.
Huh?
That's what I'm here for. Didn't Poppy tell you? I'm an expert cleaner. Nobody will have any idea it was you. And if you'd like, I could even pin it on Ty. 2 birds, 1 stone, as they say, or with 1 knife.
No, I can't do it. I'm sorry, but that's absolutely out of the question.
Just think about it, Hillary. That's all I ask.
Think about what? I just said... And just like that, I was deep into it. He offered up quite the proposition, but when I really sat down and thought about it, could I really do something like that? Could I really kill another human being, even if they took everything away from me that I worked so hard on? Well, it wouldn't take me long to get my answer, as I'm sure you've already figured out.
Hillary, could I see you in my office, please?
Why, you need me to polish your designer penny loafers?
Oh, quite the jokester you are there. But no, I have something I'd like to discuss with you. It involves the code you wrote for us. It seems I might have done you wrong, and I'd like to set things straight. Bury the hatchet, if you will.
Oh, sure, we can go talk about that. Yeah, I'll follow you in there.
You know, it really is some of the best code I think I've ever seen in my time building web pages for the information superhighway. Just thought you should know.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's okay, I guess. I could probably do better with a little more time.
Now, none of that. It's perfectly fine the way it is. Take a seat anywhere you'd like.
Hey, Hillary.
Wait, what's Ty doing here?
Oh, didn't I say?
You said you wanted to talk to me about my code. You said it was the best code you've ever seen?
That's right, and I meant every word. It's just that, well, it's almost too good. That's why I'm going to need you to sit with him, show him around some of your work so that he can figure out the rest.
But you said you were going to make things right, set things straight and all that?
Yes, Hillary. I admit I was wrong to simply take your code and thrust it on Ty, who couldn't code his way around a Salisbury steak. That's why, instead, I'd like you two to collaborate. As you know, synergy is the big word now as we head into Y2K. Now that will be all. You both may leave my office.
Thanks, Mr. Good. See ya, Hillary.
Hillary, I said you could leave. As you can see, it's closing time. Now, you don't have to go home, but you certainly can't stay here.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere.
Excuse me?
I said I'm not going anywhere. Not until we bury the hatchet. Just like you said.
That's not a real hatchet, is it?
Oh, it is. And I've got just the place to bury it. In your face.
No!
And just like that, I was a murderer. Then again, I was also free. Free from the oppression of my boss, to take back my code, and to soar to new heights as a young programmer in Silicon Valley. Now all I needed was that mysterious Joe Kinround to clean up my mess.
The Unexpected Storytelling Podcast will return after a short word from our sponsors. Are you tired of having a slow connection to the World Wide Web?
Come on, I want to check my MySpace messages.
Are you sick of waiting for your turn to use the computer?
Hey Ma, stop downloading nude photos of Tom Selleck.
Are you lonely and nobody likes you?
I'm lonely and nobody likes me.
Then come on down to Tony's Internet Cafe. We usually have over 8 computers that you can surf the World Wide Web on. And for just $3 a minute, you can be surfing the World Wide Web affordably and discreetly in no time. And while you're here, check out our unique selection of soda pops. Everyone loves a good soda pop, don't they? I just love the way the bubbles tickle my nose when I first have a drink. In fact, it's one of the few joys I have in my life, ever since I was hit by a van and lost all feeling in the right side of my body. So surf your way on in to Tony's Internet Cafe, located just 3 blocks down from Tony's Crematorium and Falafel Shop. We now return you to your tale here on the Unexpected Podcast.
Well, it turns out Joe was a man of his word. He cleaned up my mess, and not only that, but he pinned it all on that weasel Ty. Still feel a little bad about that, but whatever. They tried to steal my life's work and discredit me. Something had to be done, and thanks to Joe Kinround, something was done. But that didn't mean that I felt good about it. I had to know more about this Joe character. After all, my fate was now in his hands. He knew my deepest, darkest secret. Unfortunately, the only other person who might understand me was someone I didn't know too well either. Hey, Poppy, can we talk for a minute?
Can't you see I'm busy right now? I'm in charge of this shop after all.
I know, but it's about Joe Kinround?
Let's go to my office. We can't talk out here. All right. What is it you have to tell me?
Well, I did what you said. I got in touch with Joe Kinround, and, well, he was able to help me with my problem after all. It's just that...
Just what, hon?
Well, now I've got my boss's blood on my hands. Not only that, but a guy I worked with was arrested in connection with his murder. I don't feel all that right about it all of a sudden. I need to know more about this Joe Kinround, and are you sure I can trust him to keep all of this a secret?
I promise, Hillary. You don't have to worry about any tomfoolery with Joe Kinround.
Where did you meet this guy? I mean, he's just so mysterious.
I already told you. I was looking for a friend of mine named Jared Inround.
You said your friend's name is Josh Inround.
Oh, right. His brother's Jared.
Poppy, I'm sorry, but I'm just not comfortable with what you're telling me. I don't think you're being honest with me, or yourself.
You're right. I didn't meet him by accident. He actually... well, he reached out to me. I was surfing the World Wide Web one night after another bad day at the shop, hoping to find a new job. All of a sudden, I got this message from Joe Kinround saying he could help me. At first, I ignored it, thought it was, what is it they call it, a spam. But then he started saying all this personal stuff about me. He knew so many intimate things. Quite frankly, it shocked me, but also it excited me. It only took a few more chats, and now here I am, owner of my own dealership.
So I don't have anything to worry about?
That's correct. Everything's gonna be just fine. In fact, it's gonna be better than fine.
But it wasn't. Oh, what time is it? 3:30 in the morning. What kind of lunatic would be knocking on my door at this time of day? I better go check. Or should I call the police? I'm sure it's fine. I'll just go see who it is. Ty?
Oh, hello, Hillary. Surprised to see me? Well, you shouldn't be. You think you can just go around and pin Mr. Good's murder on me? A murder that you committed.
How did you know? And how did you break out of jail?
Oh, come on, Hillary. You're a brilliant programmer just like me. Our brains just work differently. I was able to outsmart the cops by using a programming code to unlock the jail cell. But I'm afraid you won't be able to outsmart me. You're the one who tossed my name out as a murderer. I might as well make it official. Bet you didn't think little old Ty Prider from Silicon Valley owned a gun, did you? Well, guess what? I do. I even know how to shoot it. As you're about to find out.
Wait, Ty, please, before you shoot me, I think we can make a deal.
What kind of deal?
I was thinking I'll leave a note confessing to everything I did, and before I go to jail, I'll let you know how to finish the code you took from me, just so you can lead technology.com to becoming a #1 webpage on the information superhighway.
You really are weak, aren't you? All I had to do was pull out this gun to get you to hand it all over to me and ruin your life. Guess I was right all along. You never would have been able to take the heat at the big boys' table.
Maybe not, but I do know one thing.
Yeah? What's that?
I know that the only one packing the real heat around here is me.
Is that a flamethrower?
It sure is. And now it's time for you to take a seat at the table in hell. Suddenly, I had 2 dead people to my name. But this time, Joe Kinround never showed up to help cover my tracks. I waited, and he never appeared. I began to wonder, did I get some part of the process wrong? I knew I didn't have much time to clean things up myself. The cops had to know Ty was missing, and that he'd likely try to find a friend or a coworker to help hide him. But it was still too early in the morning to call Poppy for help. I had to take matters into my own hands. I had to find Joe Kinround myself. Luckily, I had the power of the internet. I used all the popular search engines to find him. Ask Jeeves, Alta Vista, Dogpile. Unfortunately, all that came up were stories of a man who was put to death by electric chair in the 1980s. I needed to know about a Joe Kinround who was still alive. Or at least, I thought I did. It was Joe. This time he had attached an audio file. 3 hours later, I opened up the 2 megabyte MP3 and heard his haunting voice once more.
Hello, Hillary. It's me, Joe Kinround. I'd suggest you stop trying to find me. I offered to help you once. Unfortunately, killing your coworker was outside of our arrangement. You'd best leave now. The police are already on their way to your house.
Yikes, oh no, I'm too late. They're already here.
Hillary, open up. We need to talk.
Oh, Poppy, thank goodness you're here. You need to help me.
Whoa, you totally fried that guy. That's hella nasty. Pretty gnarly, too.
Huh? Oh, him. Yeah, I know. But come on, the police are on their way here looking for him. I need you to help me hide him and clean up this mess.
Oh, I can't help you with that. I'm here for something else. Hillary, there's something I haven't told you yet about Joe Kinround.
Yeah? What's that?
Joe's not a real person. He's more of a presence, if you will.
Presence? OMG.
That's right. The real Joe Kinround was given the death penalty in the 80s for murdering 3 people. Transcripts leaked from his execution where he claimed a man named Tom Foolery told him to do it, and that he'd help Joe clean up the mess he left behind. Sound familiar?
It sure does.
Now it seems Joe is claiming the new mantle. I'm sorry I led you down this path. I really thought he could help you. But now it seems he's gone rogue. Unfortunately, as the owner of the number 3 Porsche dealership in Southern California, I can't get much more involved in this. But I can tell you where to find Joe Kinround. Maybe then you can come to some sort of agreement where he can help you with this new body. But after that, I suggest you quit with all the Joe Kinround stuff and try to forget about all of this.
I sure will. Now please, tell me where I can find him.
There's an abandoned office building just up the freeway. Used to hold some offices for real estate sales. Some say it's where Joe Kinround used to work before his life went in another direction. You'll find him there, on the top floor.
But how will I know which?
Go! Hurry! We don't have time for this!
And so I went. Sadly, I didn't have much to go on. I was worried I'd never even find the old office building where Joe Kinround was squatting, but then it was almost like a voice came to me. Maybe it was the voice of one of his victims crying out for vengeance. It's me, Shay Nanigans, Joe Kinround's ex-wife. He strangled me with a phone cord. You must avenge me. He's in that office just to your right. All right, Joe, I'm here. Now show yourself. Poppy?
That's right, Hillary. It's me, your old friend Poppy. Except I'm not actually a Porsche dealer. Well, I mean I am. But that's not all I do. I'm also an undercover cop. And you just happened to fall right into my lap. You really thought you were all that in a bag of chips, but we've been following you for quite some time, Hillary. Your boss told us you were a little bit of a loose cannon. Wanted us to keep an eye on you. Unfortunately for him, and for Ty, we were a bit too late to save them. But we're not too late to arrest you. Now put your hands up!
And so that's how I ended up here, in this room, about to be lethally injected for the murder of my boss and my coworker.
Not this again. Hillary, I was there. You just described how I arrested you. Thanks for wasting taxpayer money keeping you alive for these extra 20 minutes. Gus, get the needle ready. Now what? Hello?
Hello, Detective Cook, it's me.
the mayor!
Hello, Mayor. I'm sorry we're behind schedule. We were just about to execute Miss Uskag, but then she asked us for some time to...
Put the needle away, detective. There won't be any executions of one Hillary Uskag today.
I'm sorry, Mayor, but excuse me?
That's right, detective. I'm commuting Miss Uskag's sentence.
May I ask why, Mayor?
Seems we got a tip to check on a new lead.
But she was convicted by a jury. We have concrete evidence she committed both murders. She even confessed a few minutes ago. I don't see how...
Never mind all that. We've got a new name I'd like you to track down. A name from the past.
Okay. What's the name?
Detective, I'd like you to be on the lookout for a Foolery.
Foolery? You mean that made-up name some executed prisoner blamed for his murders back in the 80s? Mayor, you can't be serious.
Oh, I'm not joking around, detective. Just listen to this tape that came in.
You've reached the number for Tom. Oh, hello, Poppy. Well, it seems you've found your woman. Got your case tied up in a nice, pretty bow. And now you're about to execute her and rid the streets of another convicted murderer. Congratulations. There's just one teensy-weensy little thing you missed. Though I'm afraid if you ignore it, it'll come back to haunt you for quite some time. You know Hillary didn't kill those men, but you know who did. Someone who got in her head, convinced her that it was her, while carrying out the crimes. Herself. But don't worry, Poppy, we can get this all cleared up. I'll be waiting for your call.
Like the stories you hear on The Unexpected? Consider sharing our show with family and friends, along with any strangers you come across. Provide a little something unexpected to someone else's day. You can find and subscribe to our show on iTunes, Google Play, or anywhere else you stream your podcasts. We're on social media, on Unexpected Show on Twitter, and The Unexpected Podcast on Facebook. You can also find out what we're up to on our website, www.theunexpectedpodcast.com. Thank you for listening. Now let's get back to our bone-chilling tale.
I've heard of email attachments before, but Hillary's boss suffered a head detachment after refusing to give her some recognition. Yet, perhaps it's an insatiable desire for attention that can never be filled that will lead to murder and mayhem. And that's because sometimes those virtual followers turn into real-life ones. In fact, one of them may be hiding in your closet or underneath your coffee table at this very moment, just waiting to show you their slash tags. The safest route may be to unplug your internet for good. Don't worry, though. The DM for our next episode won't be online. Because in this case, DM means a death message. Ah! I don't understand the internet. What is a router? Where can I get one? Oh well.
Goodbye.
The Unexpected Storytelling Podcast is written, produced, and directed by Andrew Soucek and Erik Bergstrom. Each story is somehow a work of fiction, and with the exception of public figures like Tony Danza, any resemblance to persons living or dead is coincidental and unexpected.